Good morning, everyone. I promise I won't hurt you. Look, I've just come back from 17 years in Japan. I've been back for 2 days, and I'm enjoying it. It's a bit cold. But look, I'd like to, encourage you to take a ticket. I've been a little greedy myself. I reached out and grabbed a handful, and I plan to continue grabbing more tickets as life unfolds. I guess before I start, I'd like to say that the reason I got into business was not money-driven. I got into business to control my own life. I was working at the Department of Molecular Medicine and had a very dubious German boss show up called Fritz one day, and that was all the catalyst I needed to go and visit my brother in Japan. And my brother didn't stamp his feet in the office. And so when I went to Japan, the only business experience I'd had before that was selling Christmas trees out of the toilets at Takapuna Grammar School in the summer to put myself through college. And I didn't see any facilities suitable for that in Tokyo. And they don't like Christmas trees. So I got used to Japan, and I guess cutting a long story short, I looked at the macroeconomics, learnt the language. Japan, second largest GDP in the world at that time, huge population, well-educated, love technology, very friendly people and honest people. So I thought, look, we've got to do something in IT, and so we started out doing hosting and selling domain names. We were the first guys to sell international domain names in Japan. That was a bit boring, so we wanted to get into internet advertising, and we called up a company called ValueClick in the US. And at that time, the founder of ValueClick, it was a click-based advertising solution, which is old hat now, but back in the day, back in '98, the founder, Brian, was calling up Jerry Yang in his dorm saying, you know that Yahoo thing you've got, can I buy a bit of space on there and I'll pay you some advertising fees? And Jerry would go, yeah, you'll pay me money for that space? And he goes, yeah. And so that's how ValueClick started the advertising model, and Jerry started to monetize his website. So we localized that to Japan, and within 2 years, we listed it on the stock exchange with my business partner, Jonathan Hendrickson. We were the first foreigners ever to list a company in Japan, and it's great that Kiwis did it. We actually liked doing it so much that I did another one, and that was Japan's first affiliate marketing company called Value Commerce, and we started that, and we raised $35 million of venture capital along the way. The network now, it serves 15 billion ads a month. It delivers about 60 million ad click-throughs and facilitates about $1.5 billion worth of e-commerce. So it got much larger than obviously I'd thought, and in 2007 we sold 49% of the company to Yahoo Japan, and then we listed it 2 years later. I'm involved in 3 or 4 other projects up there, but I won't go into that today. But I guess the big thing I want to say to you is that, you can do it. It doesn't matter if you're geographically isolated, you don't have that much money. The first company we took public, we didn't really need any money, so you can do it. And when I look back from Japan to New Zealand, I guess the Japanese population perceives that, unfortunately, still the primary sector, fishing, forestry, farming, tourism, a little bit of movies, a little bit of wine, but the technology sector is largely unknown. When I look back, I think there's a lot of technology here. Obviously, I'm learning about New Zealand again, having been away for so long. But I think there's a lot of entrepreneurial spirit here, and there's probably a lot of very good technology that could be taken over there. But there is a big issue with language. New Zealanders don't really know what the Japanese market needs. Also, like any business, if you can get access to the top 50 decision makers in that nation in the IT space, you really can take an idea from the kitchen table into the big markets. So I think private business, people like me and some other people over in Japan probably need to support New Zealand business getting into Japan. And then when we get there, we've got to lift our quality game, and also we probably need a bit more capital, but as everyone said today, if you can't get enough capital here, well, get off your ass and go and get it somewhere else. So I think there's an enormous opportunity for New Zealand companies in Asia. Key things in Asia are relationships. Obviously, they're key for partnering, they're key for financing, and if you can get seed capital here and take it over into different parts of Asia, then you've got to deliver quality, but once you're there, you've got to actually, if you're committed to going to Asia and you want to go to Asia, you actually have to have someone who is a significant stakeholder in the company, I believe, go and live there. You can't just sort of say, all right, you're the Asia guy, you go over and live there. They want to talk to the man or the woman who can sit down and say, I can make that call and sign a contract. So also, if you can learn the language, you can build relationships and bridge that gap. So I think we need, Japan is a huge market. It's the third largest GDP in the world. But I think we need 50 entrepreneurs who really want to be in Asia to go to Asia. Learn the language. Start learning language now. Lots of the top business people in Japan right now are having their kids learn Chinese. English, of course, but also learning Chinese. So I think in New Zealand, we've got to do that too. So I guess the challenge is, my time's up. Get out there, you can do it, and get out to Asia and build yourself a big business. Thank you.